Guys, come on in. Come on in. Happy Saturday, guys. It is September the 17th. And let me just tell you guys something like this. I am back full time on the job. I came back on Thursday after about a 2-week break from my W-2 role. And let me just tell you like this, man, there are times in your life when you just need to, reserve some time off so that you can focus on your mental, your physical health, your family, and so forth. And that's what I had an opportunity to do since September the 2nd. So I had a total of 13 days off from my W-2 job. Of course, I do many other things like run this channel, put content out there. I have 11 properties that I own and so forth. And I didn't focus on the W-2 at all. It was fantastic to just relieve myself from something that consumes a lot of my time. And I would just say you like this, when you guys have an opportunity to take some time off, do it. It's important. You need to resharpen the saw. You need to take some time to spend some quality time with your family. That's what I did. Had an opportunity to be present in my wife's life, my kids' life. I'm always present, but with so many things going on, my energy, my time is on other things. So I can physically be presently there, but am I fully present at the moment whenever I'm around them? And this gave me an opportunity, this time off gave me an opportunity to really focus in on being completely present, not with the digital email going on or phone calls coming on or sales deals that I have to work and get closed by the end of the quarter. I didn't have any of that going on. So I can literally sit down. My wife is talking, me actually listening to what she's saying and being able to have a conversation, or my kids, right? With them, having a conversation with me and me literally not having work on my mind. I can be present in the moment. And I would advise for many of you who are working hard, trying to get to the next level, to take some time out of your schedule multiple times a year to do such a thing. It just helps to create that balance that we all need in our lives. And I found this 13 days off pretty good. I found it to be something that I actually enjoyed. I spent more time with my son. We played catch. We went to the movie theater. We did things that boys typically do that I typically don't have a lot of time to do with him because I'm working a lot, okay? So that was fantastic for me. I got back to work, no burning fires, which is a good thing to come back to. No burning fires. Came back with a great pipeline that I am looking to this second half of the fiscal year to crush it as well too. First half absolutely did some fantastic numbers, doubled my quota. This second half of the fiscal year, I'm looking to just add an additional layer of icing on the cake that already is in front of me, okay? So, as we talk about, weekends are a great opportunity for us to reflect on what we did the previous week, what we're going to do this weekend, and what we're going to do the next week as well. And I want you guys to think about what you did that was great last week. Keep doing it. What you did that wasn't so great, let's figure out a time, or let's figure out something else that you can do to improve that, right? If you didn't get on your manager's calendar, or if you didn't, pursue that mentor, that coach that you've been wanting to speak with, or that person that's going to help you get to the next level, think about how you can do that this upcoming week, starting with this weekend, okay? I want to start off this show with a couple highlights before we get into the main show. I have a great show for you guys today. I have a great show. Wonderful lady who's going to come on and tell her story of how she entered the tech sales world and how she was able to do so as a stay-at-home mom and a wonderful wife, wonderful mother, and so forth, and how she was able to get to that 6-figure bag easily, quickly, right? Well, I wouldn't say easily, but I would say quickly, okay? She's going to come on and tell a story. But before we get to that, before we get to the introductions, I want to shout out a few ladder climbers that have had a tremendous amount of success this week, okay? Ron Nero. Ron Nero is a brother of ours, part of the ladder climber community, was working for SAP for a number of years as a customer success manager. And Ron most recently got married, and Ron became a ladder climber last year. And his ultimate goal was to find the next step for him to get into a sales role or a more senior role at another company. Okay. So Ron embarked the ladder climber community. Ron and I have had many conversations. He's been to Black Heights meetups in Atlanta and so forth. And one of the things that he wanted to accomplish was to get married. And he got married last year. And once he got married, he wanted to focus his time on pursuing that next career ambition of his, which was to get into much like a account manager role, a technical account manager role on the sales side. Well, Ron was able to accomplish that. So he accomplished the goals of getting married to a wonderful, beautiful wife, had a fantastic wedding. Now he's just accomplished the task of, or his goal of, becoming a technical account manager at another company, making 6 figures now, guys. He's at the 6-figure salary level. And guys, there's layers to this. There's steps. Maybe some of us start off at 55. Maybe some of us start off at 48 like I did. Maybe some of us start off at 65. But ultimately, we want to get to that 6-figure bag, and Ron was able to do that by learning additional skills, pursuing his goals, and accomplishing those goals with the help of his wife, the help of me, the help of the community that supports him. He was able to do such a thing and get to that 6-figure bag. So I want to shout out to brother Ron Nero for a fantastic job of getting to that technical account manager role at a public company that is giving him equity as well too. So shout out to brother Ron Nero. I want to shout out to brother Akire. I've talked about Akire many times, but Akire just had a tremendous amount of success himself most recently. And I'm going to share my screen on the success that Mr. Akire just had and what he just posted on LinkedIn, because at the end of the day, it's about showing results. And one way to show your results and your achievements are to call them out on LinkedIn. Guys, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile that's up to date, you're shooting yourself in the foot. If you want to get to the next position, you need to make sure your LinkedIn is up to date. And brother Akire and I worked together over the last 3 months so that he can transition into the tech sales world. And this is the message that brother Akire left all the people that was able to help him with that transition into tech sales. Brother Akire says, I'm extremely grateful to say that I've officially transitioned into the tech industry. Brother Akire came from the automotive sales industry. He'll be starting up a new position as a SDR at ShopMonkey, right? He gives gratitude to the people who's helped him along with the interview process, which is big. And then he gives a tremendous amount of gratitude to his coach, Mr. Antoine Wade, who's helped him, along with the tech journey, give him the confidence, sharing my stories of how he can do it, helping him to increase his volume. A brother Akire had 2 offers before he accepted this one. Okay. And he was looking for a 3rd offer that was to come in. And they sent him a nice email that he was a fantastic candidate. However, he didn't get that position, and that's the one that he wanted. But he still had another fallback position and so forth. And here you go. And brother Akire has had a tremendous amount of success. He also thanked Mr. Troy at Course Careers for putting together a fantastic program to help him break into the tech sales industry. So shout out to brother Akire for putting in that work, having multiple offers, doing it in a short amount of time. Brother Akire did it within the amount of about 3 months, guys. And he went through Course Careers in about 10 days. Probably one of the fastest to actually have it done. I know Della has a story. She's gotten it done really fast, and she'll talk about that. But he's gotten it done in about 10 days. So shout out to brother Akire for doing a fantastic job and starting off and getting into the tech industry. We also have a couple others that I want to. Ryan Burrell, he just finished his full year as a support engineer working for a big company as well too, Citibank. And he's looking to transition into his next position into the data analytics field. So him and I had a deep conversation this past week of how he can make that transition. So shout out to brother Ryan Burrell for always having his goals in mind and touching base with me to make sure that he's on track to achieve those goals. Shout out to brother Ryan Burrell. And last but not least, we're going to shout out brother Marvin because he sent me a voicemail last night. Wasn't able to answer his call, was busy with the family, but he's knocked it out of the park his first quarter as an SDR. Knocked it out of the park. He's bringing in a potential large $500,000 ARR deal for one of the largest airline providers that is out there. And this wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have put in the time to get on the CEO's calendar, CFO's calendar, COO's calendar, and making sure that those relationships are built and introducing them to his account executive so that they could potentially do business together. So shout out to brother Marvin, who's doing a fantastic job as an SDR, who's changed his life, becoming an SDR in sales. And he's looking to get to the account executive role very, very fast. Matter of fact, he's already doing the account executive role at the company that he's in right now. So shout out to brother Marvin for continuing to put in the work and executing and changing lives. All right, there's others that I can shout out, but that's what I wanted to call out today first before we get into the meat of the show. Guys,